Greetings, ladles, jelly spoons, and all other non-binary kitchen utensils. Welcome to another episode of the Gravy Wheels podcast. I am your host, Andrew.
I'm your host, Franklin.
And I'm your host, Hova. And Frank is Happy Gilmore today?
Happy Gilmore today.
That's identity theft.
I think you need to cease and desist immediately.
Yeah.
You actually have a bucket of ice.
Being prepared. I had a prop for this episode as well, but it's in the fridge, and I'm not gonna go get it now because it's a fucking energy drink.
Yell at the kid.
No, I'm not gonna get it. I don't want to drink an energy drink at fucking 8 o'clock at night.
It's not the old Andrew.
Yeah, probably not.
I remember popping cans of cocaine at like fucking midnight back in the day. That cinnamon spicy energy.
That's because we still weren't planning on going to sleep for another 8 to 10 hours.
That's also because I had like caffeine immunity at that point. I was so numb to it.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I drank myself completely immune to caffeine back in high school.
Yeah. I stopped drinking coffee for a long time, and look, I stopped drinking coffee for a long time, and my tolerance just boom. So now I'm kind of back at the bottom there.
Yep. Yeah, it happens.
I'm out of one.
Can't be butt chugging energy drinks anymore.
I'm out of my coffee phase. I go in and out like every other year or so. I'll be like, oh, coffee, and then I just...
That's how we are. It's not a year thing, though. It's like every few months. I don't know what it is. It's weird.
I have to like prepare the coffee maker at night so that when my wife gets up in the morning, because God bless her, she is like too asleep to be able to make coffee in the morning.
To do anything. Yeah.
So I just
to be functional.
I have to set it up so it's just like you just walk in there and you press the button and that's it. And yeah, that's where we're at.
We had a Keurig and it was great, and then I don't know, I had it for 3 or 4 years, something like that, but out here the water is really bad. There's all kinds of hard water and stuff, minerals, very hard. And it just stopped working all of a sudden one day, seized up. So threw that thing away and got a Ninja, and it's pretty nice. It's one of those that you can set to where it'll brew at like 7 o'clock in the morning. So the aroma of coffee fills the house, and it's kind of nice to wake up to. Helps you get going. But I'm the same way. I'm not going to make a pot of coffee in the morning 99% of the time.
I'll make it like... Typically, I just drink whatever's left over from yesterday because we always have some left. We always make too much.
Yeah, right. And what do you do? Are you a microwaver?
Nah, I just drink that shit cold, room temp.
Just drink it cold.
My fucking dad does that. It's disgusting.
Just like in a cup.
Yeah, just like in a mason jar.
No ice. No.
Room temp ass coffee.
See, if it's not hot, I have to like put it on ice and then add like a shit ton of cream and sugar. I can't drink like cold or room temperature black coffee.
No,
can't do it.
I'm pretty much all black coffee, and I just don't give a shit. I'm just like, just get it in me so I feel awake and can do things.
That is what she said. Yeah.
I'm not a fan of I will partake in some like weird creamers and stuff and here and there and but just straight black is fucking how I like it. I like my coffee how I like my my mouse pads.
Yep. Oh, okay. Right on. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I thought you were doing with that. So, have you guys been... Well, okay. This is a question for Frank, I suppose. When was the last time you strolled through old Sedville?
Well, I need to go through there soon, but it's been a while.
Have you been downtown much?
I did actually right before the pandemic happened. I went to Sedalia and I went to Wilkins, the music store, and I bought like a bunch of picks and strings and shit that I knew that I wouldn't be able to like really get from a good music store. Like we knew that the shutdown was coming, and I went there like the day before, and I bought all sorts of shit. But no, downtown, I see that they've done a lot of those improvements, like with the new signage and that thing and all that. But I didn't actually go anywhere. I
don't want to bore our viewers that have no fucking clue what town we're talking about too much. But there's they've added a whole bunch of apartments all over the place. Like everywhere there was a building falling down, they just knocked it down and put up apartments, which is kind of crazy. And they're trying to like turn it into this bougie area. And there's this new spot right next to the train station. And it was just an old, I think it was a Levi's jeans warehouse or factory. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
They completely redid that whole building, and like half of it is like cold storage.
Yeah.
And then the other half, I went in there today just to check it out because I hadn't seen it yet. And like there's a bistro, bar and grill, and then there's an entire record store, which I didn't know that. I knew that the bar and grill was there, but I went into that. And they had like vinyl and CDs and a pretty big selection of all of it too, and DVDs. And they actually had some video games in there and everything, which I could tell they didn't know what prices should be for video games because they just had a blanket $7.99 on all their video games, which was like kind of cool because it made me stop and look. This is a little bit high for some stuff, but you know you could find a gym or two in there. You know, I didn't find anything. I saw they had Wii games. I got real excited that they might have like Wii Sports in there because. I mean, a lot of people don't know that that's like a $30 game now, but yeah, it was just kind of cool to see like an entire record store, especially like something that was that new.
So that building used to be Lamy's, Levi's factory, where they would make jeans and stuff. A lot of people that worked for my mom worked at that place back in the day in Sedalia, and then
so it's still called Lamy's.
They still call Lamy's.
They still have Lamy's on the door. Yeah, so I didn't know that the old building. Yeah, but it's like Lamy's. And then there's like there was some sort of a market too. There was like the bistro, bar and grill, and then there was like a market. There was like super, like there was like vegetarian lasagna frozen meals that you could buy for like $20 or something like that. And then they had little jars of candies that looked like they should have had like THC in them, but they were $7 just for like some sugar gummy stars or something. It was like they're really trying. And it's like right there in the bad part of town, which is kind of funny to me. But anyways.
So we need to move on from this. We're going to go on to Andrew here. But you just said vegetarian lasagna like it's a bad thing. I will make some vegetarian lasagna that will make Garfield come and knock your socks off.
I'm just saying I wouldn't buy a $20 pre-made frozen vegetarian lasagna. If you were to make a bomb-ass vegetarian lasagna, I would definitely dip my balls in it. I'm just...
Okay.
I enjoy meat in my lasagna.
This ruins the lasagna, by the way.
The balls? The testicles?
Yeah, the
balls. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Andrew,
I guess.
What have you...
To each their own.
Did you do anything this last week or anything this weekend, this week? What did you do this weekend? I think we all did things.
What was the spirit fingers for?
I fell into a goddamn rabbit hole on Thursday, maybe? No, not no, absolutely not. I don't know if we've talked about them on the podcast before, but there's this company called Mischief who does like weird commerce stuff. And Thursday they launched a website for an airline called Wings Unlimited. And the whole premise was you go to Wings Unlimited, you call their hotline, and if you can navigate through their phone tree to speak to a real human being, you get a free flight.
Oh,
wow.
And so I spent all of Thursday, part of Friday, a lot of Saturday, and part of Sunday going through listening to hold music and
you won a free one-way flight to Idaho.
I never won a flight. I don't know if anybody did, but like it becomes so like amazingly ridiculous because you call, then you listen to the song 2525 by Zager and
in
Evers,
the year 2525.
Yeah, So that song plays every time you call, and you have to sit through the entire thing before you can get to the menu. And then once you get to the menu, it takes like another several minutes to load the next menu, and it just like it takes some calls, some like routes that you could take through the phone tree would end up taking over an hour.
Oh my gosh!
Most of it being hold. If you could listen to the terms and conditions, and that was 45 minutes of a voice reading terms and conditions to you. But anyways,
that's absurd.
So, apparently, like there was a way to do this, but nobody could figure it out. I was in a bunch of Discord servers where people were trying to track it down. We had like maps built of the phone tree, including like access codes, people's extension numbers, like all kinds of shit. God. And it was honestly, it was really fun. It was really fun to do, even though nobody
That's awesome.
At least.
Yeah,
but I could definitely see you doing that.
I eventually the one that I settled on as like my final ending was there was a certain like extension you could call and an access code you could put in, and then once you did it, you got a message from the CEO of the company who said basically like, we're being sued for millions of dollars, none of our planes fucking work, and we've used all the personal data that you've given us to stitch together documents indicating you as the new CEO of the company. And now, good fucking luck. There's no free flights. Fuck you. Goodbye, basically.
That's awesome.
So now, as the CEO of Wings Unlimited, I'm.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna liquidate the assets, I guess. Whatever I've got.
Definitely. And, that would be my first. That would be my first move, and then resign. If
anybody listening to this knew about this before I started talking about it, then fucking God bless you, and I hope you never hear 2525 again.
Well, super weird segue, but you're the CEO of what?
Wings Unlimited.
How do they compare to Sandpiper Airline?
Just Wings regular?
Nobody watched Wings? Nobody Sandpiper Air? Nobody? Okay.
I said Wings. Fuck you.
What's the name of the airline in F is for Family? Do you guys watch that?
Oh, I forget what it is.
Mohican?
No, yeah, it's Mohican. It's Mohican Air, yeah.
I love that show.
One more season of that, and he's wrapping it up.
It's a good thing, though, because it was really good, but it's, I'm a firm believer in, when it's good, wrap it up and don't take it to the point where you get sick of it,
I've got a wager, and I don't know if you're gonna like this. How this wager ends. Oh, okay. You'll take it. You'll take it. You have him on record saying he'll take this wager, right?
This is recorded, so he's fucked. But what is it?
Okay, Joey.
Yes.
How many games do you think are on Xbox Game Pass, and how many games do you think are on PlayStation Now?
I'll take I don't give a fuck for 1,600, Alex.
Not an option.
No, not an option.
How much are on Game Pass and how much are on PS whatever?
Yeah.
Was that the question?
Yeah.
Well, there's 100 on Game Pass, right?
Wrong.
A rotation of 100.
Okay.
And then there's your Xbox Live Gold titles, which I have no idea how many that would be. And then PS Now has 14, but they're all in Korean subtitles, and you have to pay to play them.
North Korean.
Okay, so you're completely wrong, and you're not going to like this bet. You're not going to like what happens.
You get to cut off your other finger?
So there are 174 games on Game Pass on PC.
Okay.
Okay. How many do you think are on PS Now that you can download and play on the PS5?
I have no fucking idea.
400 plus.
No clue. But are they RPGs? If you stab my cereal boxes, I'm going to stab you. Did you bust open the packaging? Oh, look at this son of a bitch right here. Sacrificing my homie. You better eat that whole fucking bag, sir. I opened it, busted open all over your floor. You did that to yourself. That was $1,000 box of cereal. So
I just watch you guys all day sending pictures back and forth to each other with boxes of
it's
fucking
so
cereal.
sick. He's the champ. He's the man, dude.
You know I wouldn't do that.
I know. You just fucking you just sacrificed your retirement fund, though.
They're still selling those, so I'm probably going to pick up another one.
How much are they? Is it just like the normal cost of cereal, or
I think it's $16. Or it's 20.
so?
I paid 16, but it says on the sticker on the back 20.
Damn, hustling that shit, dude. There's probably people watching that are Chiefs fans from like California and shit. And they're like, "Fuck, man, I wish we could get that here." Those things are probably selling on eBay. I don't know how the fuck you'd ship that. Let me look it up.
I don't know. That's why I'm not mailing that to you.
Hell no, you'd be an idiot. Well, unless who knows what they're going for. Mahomes
Live
Crunch.
in the same, fucking time zone. So
All right. Well,
Do we?
yeah, you guys do, not me.
So
People are selling those.
for what?
Frank, people are selling those for $20 a box.
Just the cereal by
Somebody
itself, just one.
Somebody actually sold the whole 8-box collection for $49 plus shipping.
We're gonna have to vacuum. We're gonna have to get one of those vacuum bags that you like stick your like comforter in and vacuum seal it, and then like put it in.
Let's go into business, dude. We can do this. Flip cereal, bruh.
This is boring. What did you do this weekend, Frank? What are you doing right now?
I fucking worked. I had to pull fucking HDMI cables. We had a big thing for the Chiefs game, and I had to pull HDMI cables so that every TV in that private room goes zero lag to show whatever you're going to show. So whenever Hova comes back and we watch the fights again, it's going to be on everything.
Fuck yeah, dude.
No, I worked, and then I've been playing some games. But yeah, all right. So, but I'll go into some of the games that I've been playing. But
Yes.
CD Projekt Red is now officially going to allow mods to happen for their game.
Ooh.
So they're basically. Go ahead.
So yeah, they released mod tools today, right?
They're like, fix it for us.
Today being Wednesday, the 20-something, 27th. And also today, they started to ban mods where people have made it so that you can fuck Keanu Reeves in the game.
Oh my god. Oh, that's
Less than 24 hours. And that,
awesome.
thank you, Internet.
That's fantastic.
But it's also great that they're like, they just keep stepping in it, and they're basically like, oh, hey, we can't fix the game, so how about the fans fix it for us?
Yeah, that was my first thought.
Well,
You think Keanu like watched a video of someone fucking himself?
It's probably all the porn he watches because he's so beautiful. He can't get off it unless he's looking at his own beautiful god of a body.
he's
That's
watching
a really great point.
He's watching John Wick / Johnny Mnemonic.
I watched that like 3 weeks ago. It's still a good movie. It still holds up.
/ The Lake House.
Yeah. I played that.
How's that? I want to know.
Okay.
Step on me.
All right. I'm not going to give any spoilers or anything like that, but I'm in love with a big titty vampire now.
Just like everybody else on the internet.
Oh, yeah. Like, I can't stop thinking about her and what she'd do to me. I would let her suck all of
Sucking
my
the
fluids.
blood out of your cock.
Lady
Okay.
Dimitrescu.
Really
Did I
good.
not say that?
There is no combat in the demo. It's basically a tech demo that's kind of putting you in the atmosphere, but it shows off all of their amazing ray tracing lighting and all of that stuff. It was really scary, especially because I had my 3D audio headphones on, and it pulls off 3D audio very fucking well. Amazing. Graphics good, audio's good, spooky, scary. I don't like to play scary games, but it's okay. It's gave me a case of the heebie-jeebies.
The GB.
I've been like really enjoying the vampire lady thirst that's been going on the internet, and it reminded me today that hopefully this is what I want to happen. Capcom realizes how horny people are for lady vampires, strong, self-possessed women vampires, and realizes we have an entire other franchise called Darkstalkers, which is basically all that, and we should just reboot it because I want a new Darkstalkers game really bad. You guys don't know what that is or care. Fuck you.
Yeah, that was
Winter
great.
is coming.
Darkstalkers or Darkstalker?
Darkstalkers.
Because I just typed that in and it took me to some Scaly website. And if you know what a
No.
Scaly
Darkstalker?
is,
Are you talking
Darkstalkers
about
was
Mark Hamill?
what?
Darkstalkers was a fighting game.
That's
series.
sexy. Darkstalkers Resurrection.
There you go.
What?
Sexy vampire ladies. All right.
You got your Frankenstein monster in there. You got a mummy. You got some Draculas. You got some succubuses. It's like all your favorite
Succubi.
horror tropes turned into a
Succubi.
fighting game.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got some.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Felicia in
Demonetized.
there. Shinko.
You can't demonetize nothing.
You can't demonetize non-monetization. Why do they have like demon arms?
To jerk you
Oh,
off with.
I guess they also have wings coming out of their heads. I didn't even notice that. So
Yeah, it's a really fun series. Those games are like a blast to play, and it's been like 20 years since they've made a fucking new one. So
So I'm gonna go on a
I
quick
thought they weren't allowed to put bobs in games anymore.
DOA. That's all that game was.
DOA XBV
When's the last time they did a DOA?
recently.
Really?
It's on. Shit, I just saw something about it the other day.
Their fighting poses, they'd be like, and their boobs just.
Well, it's yeah. Okay.
Is that a really good representation?
Yeah.
Ivy is still showing up in Soul Calibur games.
Ivysaur? Bigger fan of Bulbasaur myself.
So, the Maiden demo is pretty cool. What I'm really hyped about and what I love is this thing that's going on here. I really like this. It makes me happy that the few games that I've had that have used 3D audio, it's very cool. It's very neat. So what they did supposedly was Sony, they put microphones, they molded like little microphone thingies and put them in somebody's ears. And then they made them like stay stationary in this thing. And then they had like a big circle around them that had like 17 different speakers. And then they would rotate that around the person and pick up those speakers on the ring would emit audio. And then the microphones in your ear would record that data, and they put that into some sort of software to like help like map spatial audio thingies or some crazy shit, but it's neat.
It's incredible explanation.
Yet we still don't have smell-o-vision, so
Do you think anybody wants to smell you opening Pokemon cards?
yes.
No.
The salt and the sadness.
And Four Loco Breath.
Yeah.
Also, this game runs like shit not only on a $3,000 gaming PC, but also on a PS5.
Is that
Hey.
Origins?
Yeah. They gotta make a new one every year. They can't have time to, test them.
Yeah, it's the same engine as Madden football. So what do you expect?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why there's all those moments in Assassin's Creed where Ezio or whoever stops and has to call a new play.
Oh, shit.
Anybody been playing new video games? Any video games?
I've been playing.
I tried to-
Bleh.
Go ahead.
I've been playing Cyber Shadow, which is pretty cool. It's a new game from Yacht Club, the guys who made Shovel Knight.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I
So
remember Shovel Knight.
I think they like co-developed it with another studio, but it's like if you think of Shovel Knight as sort of analogous to like kind of a Castlevania and a Mega Man, then Cyber Shadow is closer to like Ninja Gaiden. So you're doing ninja shit, you're jumping off walls, you're slashing shit with your sword. It's fast-paced, difficult. It's really fun, though. Enjoying it. What were you saying, Joey?
I tried to play some Pokemon Go while I was at dinner, and it didn't work, and I was sad. I was trying to spin my Pokestops, and it wasn't working. It kept saying error, and I was closing the app and refreshing, and it wouldn't work. I even reset my phone, and I was just sad. Oh, I don't know. And then I was playing Monster Jam. I can't remember the name. It's just a Monster Jam game that they released across like all the consoles a year or two ago, maybe now. I got it for the kids after we went to Monster Jam. Got it for them because they were like playing ads for it the entire time, and so of course they were like, "Please!" I was like, "Okay," because I kind of wanted to play it too. It was pretty sick, and yeah, I got it on Switch. It's actually it's pretty fun game. You progress through it, you unlock new trucks and upgrade the trucks and all that stuff. And it's like races, but then there's also like freestyle events and two-wheel trick events and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. And then the reason we got back on it and started playing it, I realized we hadn't played it in like 6 months because I got an email. I'm still on like all the press emails and shit for whenever I was a YouTuber or whatever that phase of my life was. And I get emails for like the new games that are coming out, and I guess they're coming out with another one already, and this one's going to have multiplayer in it. But yeah, so I've been playing a little bit of that, and then the new Super Mario Brothers on Switch as well.
Is that Monster Jam game got Gravedigger in it?
Mm-hmm. And El Toro Loco. He's got big horns.
Oh, well, that's fun. That's fun for the kids.
And Soldier of Fortune. Wait, is that the game? That's a game.
That's a magazine.
In the magazine.
I might be crossing things. It's some soldier or something. Yeah, all the like license. It's all the licensed like actual monster trucks that you would know. It's pretty cool.
Is Bigfoot still around, or did Bigfoot die in the 90s?
I don't know if Bigfoot's still a thing. I'm not sure.
I mean, there hasn't been a Harry and the Hendersons movie in quite a while, so I don't think Bigfoot is a thing anymore.
It's a shame.
I made my family watch that a couple months ago against their will. They were not excited.
What?
And I was like, we're watching Harry and the Hendersons.
Fuck your family.
I know. Well, none of them had seen it, and they didn't trust me based on like the thumbnail that it was going to be good. And I'm like, we're watching Harry and the Hendersons, and they were big fans after the fact. But yeah, I was the same. I was pissed because everybody was like, I don't want to, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. And then we watched it, and they enjoyed.
Why didn't they turn that into a video game?
Yeah, just like managing Harry living in the house. You gotta like, maybe you're like the kid, and you're trying to like keep him calm and cool and collected, and he's eating goldfish and shit.
Why isn't it as good as Mac and Me?
Don't just get that out of here. We don't know.
I just want to know where the corporate tie-ins are with.
Are you talking about Dunstan Checks In?
No, I'm talking about Mac and also Me.
I'm not familiar with Mac and Me. Oh my god!
It's the Wish.com.
It's Wish.com ET.
Yes.
See that.
Also paid for by Coca-Cola. There's so much Coca-Cola and McDonald's product placement in that movie that it's fucking incredible.
Wow. I need to watch that. Have not seen that one.
It's terrible.
Have you guys watched the Sam Elliott Bigfoot movie yet?
No, I heard it wasn't very good.
It's terrible. But, and I know how you are, Andrew. You'll watch a shit movie just to watch a shit movie. You need to watch it. I got to figure out the name of it because it has to do with. I think I was the one that told you guys about it. It's the man who killed Hitler and then Bigfoot.
Yeah, I know just the title already.
How have you not seen that yet, Andrew?
I heard it wasn't very good. I heard it didn't live up to the promise of its name.
Terrible. but it's Sam Elliott, and the title of the movie is The Man Who Killed Hitler and then Bigfoot. So then, yeah, you have to. It's fucking terrible, but you gotta watch it.
I've been burned by a good title before, though.
Oh, this is one of those. Yeah, I'm tired of these mother snakes on this mother.
I couldn't tell if he clipped out or if he was actually censoring himself.
It looked like his mouth was moving.
I think he censored himself on it.
I don't want to get demonetized, bro. All the ad revenue we're pulling in with gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gravy wheels, the gravy train. So to speak.
You were playing a racing game. You like racing games? I've been doing this a lot. I've been enjoying the shit out of this.
A Gran Turismo.
Very good. Very good.
You got Laguna Seca in there?
Laguna Seca. I've got Goodwood. I've got Sakura, Nürburgring. Yeah, all the good ones. All the good ones. Nuremberg Trials Ring. The Nürburgring.
How long does it take to get around that track? I forget. It's like super long. It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. It's 12.94 miles.
Wow.
And it's like it's all like windy roads through forest and shit too, so it's lengthy. You guys ever watch Top Gear? I used to watch a shitload of Top Gear.
Yeah.
I never watched Top Gear. I know of it, obviously.
Just watch the specials where they travel to like Vietnam and stuff. They're really cool. Ignore the man in the yellow hat.
I like Top Gear. I also like.
When are we get a South Park Rally remaster? Fuck a remaster, new game.
After we get F-Zero.
One thing that I like to do in all my racing games, if I can be like a, they've always got like the Volkswagen or like the Mini Cooper races. You know, you got like or like the Ford Fiesta challenges. I always go oh my god. I always like to go all like fucking Cole Trickle from fucking oh, this is horrible. Cole Trickle from
Two hands slapping together?
yes.
Tectonic Plates.
Rubbin' is Racing. Rubbin' is Racing, whatever that fucking movie is. Days of Thunder. Jesus, titties.
Oh, alright.
I'd always just like beat the shit out of the shitty ass slow cars. Fucking love it.
Have you guys watched Ford vs. Ferrari yet?
No.
Bruh. Good fucking movie. Watch.
Have you seen the other Ford versus Ferrari movie? Besides the one that you're talking about? The documentary?
Two Girls, One Cup?
Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man?
So, there was the 24-hour war was a documentary that Adam Carolla did about Ford versus Ferrari that also came out the same time that movie came out. Very good, very well.
Didn't know about that.
Because he does interviews with those people. He also did Uppity, which is a documentary about that black NASCAR gentleman, the African-American NASCAR guy that won and then ended up doing like all those other races.
I haven't seen that. I'm a big fan of some documentaries, though.
Not a fan of racing shit, generally, though.
Oh.
I mean, I can see why, because it took you didn't get your driver's license till you were like 25.
That's true. I didn't get my driver's license for forever.
When did you get it? Like 20? 18?
19?
18
or 19. 18 or 19, I think.
I got mine a little late, too. Not that late, but...
Kept making you bitches drive me around.
I fucked up. I didn't realize that I forgot that you had to have your intermediate for, what is it, a year, 9 months, 6 months, something, before you can get your driver's license. So I procrastinated the shit out of it, got my intermediate late, and then realized that when I turned 16, I couldn't get my actual driver's license yet because I didn't have my intermediate long enough. So kind of fucked myself there, but
that's fine.
But I was the same way. Like I had a lot of I was already like, I had friends that were just taking me home from football practice and stuff, and I don't know. It wasn't a big deal to me, I guess, at the time. I didn't really have anywhere to go anyways. I played video games and shit, so.
You had a lot of guys take you home.
Yeah, a lot of guys. A lot of fucking guys. Did I ever tell you guys, you remember Rhino's Impala?
Yeah, what happened?
He took me home. This is not like this is a bad segue, but he was taking me home one time, and I didn't get the lap belt in because was it 67 Impala? What the fuck? Oh my god, you need to stop. What year was that, Frank? Do you remember? I think it was like a 67 or something like that.
I've got no idea. That blue thing, was it like blue or silver?
It was silver, yeah, because I remember everybody gave him shit for like, why the fuck do you paint it gray, dumbass? Like, sweet car, but shit color. But it didn't have shoulder straps. It was so old. It was the lap belt thing I'm getting. It had lap belts. And I had I didn't have my seatbelt on. I had the lap belt off, and I guess whenever I closed the door, it was hanging out of the vehicle. And he drove me all the way home on the highway and shit. And whenever when he got to my place and I was getting out, I realized it was hanging out, and the lap belt had been dragging the entire time, and it was just completely scuffed to fuck. And I mean, this was like shortly after he had just completely redone that entire car with his dad. And I felt like dog shit because I don't know how much it costs to replace, like an authentic lap belt from a 67 and Chevy Impala, but I'm sure it's not cheap. And
I remember that vaguely.
Yeah, it was a big whoopsie. It was a big whoopsie.
I like to not be in other people's vehicles in high school. Like, I would drive with you, and we did some fucked up crazy shit. And then Big Joe and Crabtree, we did, like, some crazy shit. But, like, we did crazy shit, but we didn't wreck.
Luckily. Yeah, not much, at least.
Or like, they'd be, like, minor wrecks. Like, just put it in the ditch and then just get out. But other people... Somebody literally, on the way to school, flipped the vehicle at the T before the school, and the goddamn vehicle caught on fucking fire as the school buses were driving by.
Watch it. No, they didn't let us drive by. We had to stop on the road. I remember we sat on the highway and we watched the truck burn. And one of the tires eventually exploded from the fire, I think.
Yeah.
And we didn't know who. I didn't realize until we got to school that it was like buddies of ours. And they were just laughing because Goober was with them, and they were like, he was fucking hanging from the seatbelt. Yeah, he couldn't get out of the seatbelt. So all we did all day was just make fun of him because they got in a wreck on the way to school, and we all got to sit there and watch the truck burn.
And he almost got turned into a fucking marshmallow on a fucking campfire too.
Good times.
One time,
good times.
We had a party. We had a party out at Crabtree's or at Ronald's, and the mom took my keys, but she didn't know that I had a backup set of keys. And I left because I was like, I'm not spending the night here because there's like some hilly-billy folk up in this joint, and I wasn't even like really trashed or that drunk, and so I just left. I just snuck out. I gave the old Irish goodbye, just fucking disappear, and it was raining that night, and I ended up hydroplaning and going through a T intersection. And I basically jumped the ditch and ended up in the field in the mud. So then I had to call them on my like Razor phone to be like, hey, I need somebody to tow me out of this cornfield. So they had to I think it took like 2 power strokes to get me out of the mud at that point.
Was this like the S10 or the Ranger?
That was definitely the Ranger. The S10 would have not. Ranger. The S10 was too heavy. It would have not have flown over. It would have just dunk.
Right. Thinking back on it now, it's weird that there was you and Scott both had the Ford Rangers. There was so many Rangers in our circle.
And I also had an S10, and somebody with like 2 other people had S10s, and somebody had an S10 Extreme.
Oh god, I always wanted one of those trucks. I always thought S10s and Rangers were like the perfect little truck.
Do you remember when there were 2 people racing on like adjacent service roads? And there's like a river kind of in the middle, like a waterbed or some shit. And one of them decided to jump over to the other side, so they took a corkscrew ramp and landed perfectly on their wheels on the other side. Yeah. That was James Bond, and that was in Live and Let Die.
I thought you were going to explain the railroad tracks when they tried to beat the train, and Vin Diesel was there.
No, it's a stunt in Live and Let Die.
Live and Let Die. Bow, bow. Now, did they title the movie
it's
after
not
the
Live
song?
and Let Die. I'm sorry, it's from Man with the Golden Gun, I believe. My bad.
Oh.
I can't remember.
I've been wanting to watch the old school Bond films lately. I haven't seen one of the old ones in so long.
There's like 5 good ones out of 30.
I didn't think that Octopussy is that good, but Octopussy is highly acclaimed.
It's not.
And like From Russia with Love, Goldeneye.
He knows everything.
Great.
Did you read any of the books, Andrew?
Goldeneye's good because it's nostalgic. Like I have to watch Goldeneye from time to time.
Who wrote those? Gene Roddenberry? Who wrote the?
Ian Fleming. Ian Fleming.
Ian Fleming. Speaking of documentaries and James Bond, have you guys watched the one about the guy, the one-off James Bond actor that had never done any acting? He was
George
Lazenby, I believe. Yeah, have you seen that?
He was a model. No, I have not seen it.
It's a good one. I think I watched it on a flight or something. It's probably on something weird like Amazon Prime or some shit. That was a really interesting doc.
The movie that he was in is On Her Majesty's Secret Service. That's actually one of my favorites. It's really good.
Okay, nerd.
I don't remember much particulars about any of them.
Like a couple of years ago, I listened to this podcast about all the James Bond movies, and they go through them one by one.
Oh yeah, I know whose podcast. I know this. All right, yes,
sure
okay,
do.
yeah, I do. All right, okay.
But each episode of that podcast is, I believe, longer than the movie that they talk about. So,
holy shit!
And then I watched them all too. There's still maybe 3 or 4 that I haven't seen, but for the most part, I've seen them all.
That's so cool.
I just remember owning all of them on VHS because my mom.
No, he had them on dubbed, illegal, copyrighted, pirated fucking VHS is what his mom had.
No, they were all legit. My mom didn't know how to fucking record a tape. Are you high?
You guys had a whole thing of dubbed. No, you're just doing plausible deniability. You guys had a bunch of dubbed stuff. I remember.
Bro, I've talked about so much worse shit on this podcast that I've done. I know for a fact all the James Bond films were legit purchased.
Okay.
Retail copies.
Maybe the Bond movies, but I swear to God, you guys had a bunch of dubbed tapes on that wall.
I had dubbed DVDs eventually, like, because I bought a DVD burner and I thought I was El Chapo or some shit. I was like just burning shit 24 hours a day, bro. I thought I was gonna take over the world, man. I figured out how to burn a fucking DVD from my computer, and I thought I was the shit. Back in 2006, probably.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And back then, man, and let's keep in mind that I had maybe satellite internet at the time. More than likely, it was still dial-up. So how the fuck I was getting those ISOs for an entire movie on my computer back in those days?
You had to just queue one up and wait.
Do you guys
wait for weeks?
Do you guys remember the first movie that you pirated? Because I do. I know what it was.
I remember some of them that I pirated,
and I would just go over to Andrew's house just to fucking pirate movies too. That's honestly, what was so appealing.
I would do the same thing whenever I would go over to Andrew's or like Ty's. I would just be on the internet like downloading shit.
Did a lot of torrenting in that house.
I know the first one that I downloaded. I know the first one that I got. Can you guys remember? It was the Bourne Identity.
Oh.
I'm trying to remember. I think mine might have been. It wasn't something that I actually downloaded. It was something that somebody sent to me. And I think it was one of the Star Wars prequels. They like mailed me a DVD because he was a guy in a forum.
Hilarious. I know one of them because I ran across it recently. It's like on my DVD shelf downstairs. 30 minutes or less because I had like really bad handwriting and I wrote it in Sharpie on the DVD. And I just ran across it. I've also been seeing it's like on Netflix now on the trending tab or some shit. Totally forgot about that movie.
Do you remember back when the first Wolverine movie came out, the really shitty one.
Yeah.
There was a version of it that leaked that everybody watched that was before the special effects were finished. So there was like still green screen in it and shit. It was awesome.
I think there was like 2 or 3 movies that got leaked that way, and they were I don't think that was the only one. I think that I remember some others.
I vividly remember watching that.
So, Piracy. Oh, fucking love Piracy. Joey, do you ever remember driving around with me and my older brother, the one who's like, the asshole, like 10 years older than me? Real fun bundle of joy.
I don't know if I ever put myself in a situation where I was in a vehicle while your brother was driving.
Okay.
Honestly.
So one thing me and him would do is we would download audio clips of South Park audio clips and burn them on CDs and listen. Don't you remember that? Because we had like "Come Sail Away," Cartman singing it like the full version.
I might remember listening to that individual song, but I don't remember like if you had entire like episodes or anything.
No, they were just audio clips.
You me a lot of shit.
Yeah, they were just like audio clips from the show that were just like funny audio clips that we put on the fucking CDs to listen to.
I remember you putting me onto like Audio Slave and some bands that I didn't know back in that time. You had all kinds of crazy burnt shit going on. I think you helped me a lot with my Lyra, my MP3 player.
I think I had a
128 megabytes.
I had a Zune. I remember that. I definitely had a Zune when I lived out there. I think I had a mini disc player too, but that might have been when I was in high school in Kansas City, not out in the country.
That's pretty badass.
Love a good piece of obsolete technology.
So I think I remember what you're fucking talking about too, because I think that you had. I don't think that you had this one.
Does it say Lyra? Yeah. It's similar to that. I found the exact one not too long ago. Yep, that's it. Yep. I'm pretty sure it had 128 megabytes of in-unit memory, and it had a slot for a SD card, but I was too poor for that shit, baby. And it took one AAA battery, and I remember the clip. It was like one of those that you like push down and then up. That's how it. And I remember that clip broke. So then I had to like fucking have tape around it and shit to hold my battery in there. Otherwise, obviously it wouldn't work.
Rubber bands around it.
Oh, you're right. It was rubber bands. Holy shit. Yeah. And those exact fucking earphones. I used those for years because those were the ones that came with it, and I was too fucking poor to buy anything else. And I thought I was the shit with my RCA Lyra. Fuck yeah, dude. Good times. 128 megs. You can't even fit very many songs on that, so I would just listen to the same loop of shit over and over and over. You think there's any of our viewers that are like not familiar with the days of torrenting and
torrenting is still a thing, though.
Yeah.
They might not remember like Napster and LimeWire and Aries. I actually was I did a little programming for some guys that did bots for Aries way back in the day. A little C++. All those different other platforms for music publishing.
I think I always called it Ares. That's how I think I used that. I never used Napster though. I used LimeWire a lot. I think I used that the most.
Hey,
I was a Kazaa person.
Kazaa was good. Yeah.
uTorrent and LimeWire were mine.
So,
yeah, uTorrent.
Do you remember the one that our music teacher in like 6th grade told us about? It was called like Audio Galaxy, and it was like a web-based one. No, our fucking music teacher was teaching us how to be a pirate.
Isn't that the one where...
Those are the skills you need.
No, that's Audio Jungle. There's a bunch of tracks that were like in the middle of it. It'll be like Audio Jungle. Like their it's an audio watermark essentially, so you can't sell it or some shit. Just be in the middle of your song. If there was like a quiet part, you'd hear Audio Jungle in the background. It was really fucking shitty.
I remember those days of like really heavily curated BitTorrent websites that you like had to get memberships
Oh yes,
to join.
yeah, and you had to upload a certain amount to keep your membership status.
Yeah, you had to keep your ratio.
You had
keep
one.
your ratio right.
You did have. You had a couple of them. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But I was thinking, like, I don't really miss the music ones because those have all been replaced by streaming. And, like, I'm happy to pay $10 a month or $15 a month or whatever and just have all the music I want. Anyways, it's fine. But there was one that I was a part of called Cinemageddon, and the whole point was that it was bad and really, really
horrible movies. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh, man. I fucking missed that place. That place was cool as shit.
Did you guys ever get a cease and desist letter?
Got one last week, motherfucker.
Okay.
I did, son.
I think I got ISP warnings once or twice, but nothing ever came of it.
I think you actually got an ISP warning once from me. I think your mom got one from me once, yeah. Did you guys ever, I did highly curated pirated content. IRC servers.
Oh yeah, now you're in it.
Yeah, now you're in it. That's some deep web shit now, boy. Some dark net. Yeah.
Get some Usenet shit going on.
I had a Usenet account up until like fucking 2 or 3 years ago, man. Paid it fucking yearly. You get some shit on Usenet, man.
That was always beyond me. That was one step beyond where I felt comfortable operating.
I feel like these days it's just you can find everything streaming, so
yeah, basically.
Whether it's legitimate or illegitimate.
Yeah, but
well, now I'm an adult and I have a little bit of money, so I'm like I just rent shit and pay for things because I don't want my whole house of cards to come toppling down on top of me.
No.
What is that? All your burnt?
This is
Korean movies?
A part of it. You steal it, and then you burn it, and then you keep it forever because fucking corporatism is theft, taxation is theft. Listen to Uncle Frank. We're gonna burn it down.
Are those literally all burnt?
Do you want to see
CDs
pictures of my
and
binders?
DVDs?
Oh my gosh! I even have loose. I have loose DVDs and shit too, because I don't have enough binders.
Dude, I don't even have a disc tray on my computer. Would you buy an external one, or
I don't? Yeah, and I haven't used it yet because I need to start backing up more stuff. But I do have a slimline fucking because my goddamn gaming. This PC does not have a fucking DVD-ROM drive.
None of them do anymore. None of them.
Does your PC have a Blu-ray drive? Nothing. No disk drive.
No disk drive. Neither does the work laptop or my other personal laptop. Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Yeah, my laptop.
What do we do now? What fucking?
Trying to. I don't remember if my new laptop has one or not. It's probably 3 years old now. I don't think it does.
You buy everything on Google Play, and that way, in 200 years, when Google dies, you lose everything.
No, fuck that. Fuck that model, and fuck this bullshit too. This.
What?
Pew, 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 pew.
What even is
Plex
that?
Arcade.
So, would you like to spend to either do the Plex Premium, or would you like to spend $4.99 a month to be able to play 12 Atari games, or buy a yearly? Game? There's like maybe over a dozen. Not all of them, and not the good ones. Whenever you can get 100 Atari game pack for $10 from Atari, and this shit is like fucking streamed.
I would rather they like re-implement an actual arcade business model where you, every time you want to play Galaga, you have to pay a quarter or 50 cents.
I have that at my work.
It's just yeah, but that's just an arcade. It's not the arcade business model. It's just legit an arcade.
I get like, I don't know. It's great. We're all in this mindset where it's just like, yeah, it's only $8 a month or whatever, Netflix and all this shit, and then it goes up a couple dollars every year, and you're just like, yeah, whatever, it'll be fine, and then you add more and more streaming services and all that shit, and yeah, then eventually it's just like, holy fuck. I know I did it sometime last year. I sat down and like just dug for anything that I might be paying for that I'm not using anymore, and by the time I canceled all that shit, I was paying like $200 a month for shit that I hardly use at all anymore, and I was like, it made me sick to my stomach whenever I thought about it. I was like, holy shit. It makes sense now. But that's why they do it, and we're dumb when we do it, so whatever.
Hey man, I have a subscription to Shudder, which just gives me horror movies.
Yeah.
There you go. That'll happen.
Different strokes.
How much Amazon shit do you have subscribe and save set up for? I've got a couple things.
I don't subscribe to shit on Amazon.
You save like 2% if you get it just shipped to your house every 2 or 3 months instead of just buying it when you need it.
Yeah, but like stuff that I would do that for, like cat litter and cat food and stuff like that, is shit that like there are little like mom and pop pet shops on my street that I just like.
Bodegas.
I go pay the local business tax there.
Do they have bodega cats in your bodega?
Yeah, there's a bodega cat in my bodega.
What is your sales tax in New York?
38%.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It's
expecting.
10% here. It's 10% where I'm at right now.
It's
so
like,
what is that? City and is that just
like
city tax, or is that like 2 taxes stacked on top of each other, Frank?
I think that's city and county or something like that.
City and county.
Yeah.
I think.
See,
I
here
think I think it's 8.75 here.
Okay. It's like 7.8%, I think here. So
See, what I do is like, and cigarettes are even more expensive, so I just pay the fucking neighbor kids to go fucking steal them for me. So it's like, it's ridiculous. A pack of cigarettes, some of them are like, it's almost getting to like New York crazy, because there's some pack of cigarettes here that are like $12 fucking dollars. What, a pack of cigarettes over there like 15?
If you want a pack of American Spirits out here, that's like $20.
just get Pall Malls, dude. Like my dad.
Yeah, but then you're still paying like $12 for a pack of the shittiest cigarettes you can buy.
Yeah.
Is there a tobacco tax that you have to pay? Like, is there a higher tax on cigarettes?
Is there a what now? A higher tax on cigarettes?
Is there a tobacco tax? Yeah, I have no idea.
I think so, but also, like, I live in New York City, and this is where people sell Lucy's. So you can just walk to the bodega and say, give me one, and they'll just give you whatever pack they got open, and they'll give you one of those.
What's a cigarette, like $1?
50 cents, I think.
How many cigarettes are like
20,
16 or some shit?
20. That means I get 20 smoke breaks a day at work.
I feel like if you're selling them individual, you'd put a premium on that shit. What are they busting, like a $5 pack of cigarettes and selling them for 50 cents a pop?
Well, it's also illegal, and like can get you
true.
shit to do that.
Yeah, true that. Fuck that. Fucking bastards. They can't tell us what to do. They can't make tobacco and alcohol legal and then tell us how to fucking sell it. Cocksuckers.
This is seems like not an argument to me.
Well,
legalize everything.
You seriously? Let's debate this. You really want to legalize everything?
No.
Then what wouldn't you legalize?
I think the easiest way to answer that would be to like leave lab generated shit out of the mix, I guess. Like if I don't know, like anything that's plant based, shrooms, marijuana. What else? Is it like fucking peyote?
Yeah, make some tea, make some mescaline, boy.
Can't think of anything else.
We're gonna go on a spirit journey.
Right? Like, why not just make those legal and just regulate it? Oh.
All right. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, let's start with something we can all agree with, which is legalizing sex work.
Of course, 100%. Yeah. If I want to sell this dick, I'm gonna fucking put it out there. You know.
His mom won't have to do it behind the closed down Kmart anymore. You know.
Mm-mm.
Hey, it's a farm goods store now, dickhead.
The old Discovery Zone.
Oh my god. I agree with that, except for I also think that things like LSD, which is derived from ergot, a fungus that grew on rye, St. Anthony's fire, I think that, that is chemically made, but I mean, I'm not going to go around eating a bunch of fucking seeded rye bread with fucking mold on it to get a fucking trip, I'd rather like real LSD.
What's the one that comes from a certain like tree bark or some shit?
Aspirin?
You know what I'm talking about?
Aspirin?
No, not aspirin.
That shit'll
I think it
fuck
makes
you.
fireball. I want that honey shit. What's that honey shit?
Are you talking about the wormwood? Are you talking about wormwood? You're talking about absinthe? That doesn't make you trip.
No, I don't. It was some.
Oh,
I
you
thought
talking
it
about
was
DMT?
tree.
No, there's a method to derive DMT with the freezer and naphtha from the roots. Yes, you are correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. That's not right. But what's that honey too? There's this crazy honey where these dudes have to like climb
In Nepal.
cliffs and the Nepal honey. You can actually buy that shit online. I looked into it.
I had a buddy that used to work for me at the university, Sumit, and I always asked. This is probably racially insensitive, but I asked like, "Hey, you're like your family back home? Are they the honey gathering people?" And he's like, "Fuck you, Frank." I'm like, "Are they Sherpas?" And he's like, "Fuck you, Frank. We live normal lives." I'm like, "You're from Nepal." I don't know. You don't know about anything of Nepal except for like those things.
Honey. Yeah.
I don't know. I really liked him though. He's fun. He's doing good here. He's now a United States citizen.
This is what American education gets you.
Yeah, honestly.
No concept of what happens in other countries or how people live their lives.
You think that?
Columbus.
I feel like it's the same for everybody outside looking at the U.S. though.
No,
What do you mean?
No. They know exactly what goes on here. We've got the fucking internet. There's a lot of stupid shit. World Star Hip Hop can be viewed in all 273 countries in this world.
Right, but as far as like, I don't know, I guess I was thinking more along the lines of like American history. I actually just saw a video where they were going around in the streets of like London and shit asking people American history questions, and it was pretty fucking hilarious. They had no fucking clue.
No, stop.
Not that I would be any. I'm not trying to say that I.
That
you
same-
could do the same thing in America.
That same joke, Adam Carolla and what's his face, the fat guy who's famous now, Jimmy Kimmel.
Andy
Louis
Milanovic.
Anderson.
Jimmy Kimmel, they had a bit where they would go around and do that, and there's like a lot of other bits where people go around and like ask Americans like about American history, and they don't fucking know anything about it because
Yeah, it's great.
we can have our guns, but we sure as can't be taught how to read a fucking history book.
Gang, gang.
Ugh.
Yay.
Thank you,
I like
Javelin.
American history.
Thanks, Javelin, for letting us use your song. We appreciate it. It's real sweet for you guys.
We appreciate your fire state.
Thanks to Tyler Edwards for the art. That
Tyler.
picture right behind Frank, right there. And that stock
Fuck,
photo
dude.
of gravy particles that we probably stole.
No, I actually
May or may not.
I made a
That's
roux.
I got that.
Yeah, I know you did, but I was gonna lie about it.
Yeah.
You made a roux? And you
Yeah,
made-
Frank got that. I was like, if I get this one stock photo of gravy and superimpose it enough, no one will be ever be able to fucking like match it up with anything, right? We're
Great.
good.
Now we have to rebrand.
Oh shit!
I'll see you next week on Biscuit Train.
We're gonna get
Wait, you started a new
DMCA'd.
podcast?
Shh, that's the. When we get DMCA takedown, all of the previous episodes are not, they're going to get pulled off of YouTube. They're actually going to go up on the Pirate Bay, so you can pirate the old gravy, and then we will have a new DMCA friendly podcast called
Pirate Bay.
Nintendo.
Holy shit!
what?
Called Nintendo.
No
Biscuit Train.
No, Biscuit Train.
Can we host our new podcast on Newgrounds?
Yeah.
Is that still a website?
No,
Probably.
they got rid of Flash. Flash is no longer supported by anybody, so Newgrounds can't exist.
But like, you can still go to fucking
Newgrounds
eBaum's
is here
world.
though. Newgrounds.com. It's a thing, but I'm
Something
gonna play
awful.
some games.
Something awful's still around.
Yeah, there he is.
Holy shit!
Ha. Got him.
Hey, Chris Cornell, calm down. So,
Yeah. I'm guessing based on that, we're done, right?
is there a word for today? Is it? It's not autoerotic asphyxiation. What is it?
I think we already did that one.
I think it's shotgun to the dick.
It's infantile.